Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy. Yeah, I used to do that shit. So, I've been meaning to make this for a long time. Um, so, I guess I stopped making YouTube videos about 2 or 3 years ago. Go back and look. But, you might be wondering what happened to the fat guy who used to dress up like a girl. Well, thought I would make this video and then probably a series of videos, and then we'll see what happens from there. Um, about what happened to me, what I did to stop being 300 pounds and fucking fat and all that shit. So, this might sound stupid, but the first thing, if you ever set out to do anything that you want to look at doing, is figuring out what you want to do. Like, it doesn't matter if you know how to do it, it doesn't matter anything other than I want to do something. Say you want to become a scientist. Alright, that's your goal. Figure out what to do from there. The thing that always bothered me is that I felt like there was so much that I could have done with my life that I never did. And I would blame that on stuff like back when I was in high school. My high school did not have a wrestling team until the year after I left. Fucking assholes. And I always kind of regretted that, I didn't have a chance to, like, wrestle, except on the side, like, for fun. No homo. But, so a couple of years ago, probably like May of 2012, I sat down one day and I'm like, well, what is it that I want to do? And I'm like, well, I want to wrestle in the Olympics. Alright, and that sounds ridiculous, alright, and yeah, whatever. But I was 300 pounds and never wrestled before, but that's what I wanted to do. So I sat down and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start working towards that. And that was my goal. And that was enough to get some motivation to get off of my ass and start going to the gym. And I still have my gym logs from then. I had tried working out so much throughout my 20s. Like, when I was a 19, 20, I was in really good shape. I mean, there was a point where I could run 8 miles, bench press almost 300 pounds. So it wasn't like I'd never been in shape before in my entire life, but obviously I was extremely fat. So I sat down and I'm like, well, how am I going to do this? Because I can't go in there and train like a madman because I'm 300 pounds and I'm going to hurt myself. And that's really something that's hard to do. Set aside your pride and go in there and do what you can do, and then go in the next day and do it. But you got to do what you got to do. So as far as working out, I started out, I could walk on a treadmill. So I put it on 2.5 incline, walk for half an hour, and I'd repeat, and I built from there. And as far as like food, I did not have a good relationship with food. There's Chinese buffets, and I love Chinese buffets. And I think there was one point I was almost 330 pounds. I decided that I was going to stop eating anything that had meat in it and anything with high fructose corn syrup. And that worked pretty well. I wrote down everything that I ate, basically for the last 2 years. I use MyFitnessPal now, but I used to write it down in notebooks. I found out the foods that would fill me up, and I could eat less overall calories. And I would eat somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day for a few months, and I scaled up from there, like, as I started to lose weight, but that was my general game plan to start out with. So that's what I did starting out. And, I'll go into more detail later about this, but basically I did what I could do at the gym as far as cardio, and I ate as little as possible. I'd eat things like nuts, vegetables, almond milk with no sugar in it, things that would fill you up without having a whole lot of calories in them. And just did a shitload of cardio. I went from 287 pounds in June of 2012 down to about 205 at the beginning of January 2013. And yeah, So just basically, if you're somewhere right now where you don't like where you're at physically, you have something you want to do, you know, you got to start out slow. Decide what you want to do. Like, it doesn't matter if your goal is stupid. If you have a goal, you're working towards something, and that's something, as opposed to just, oh, I'm going to go to the gym and lose weight. Like, it makes it something more real. Write down your goals, write down what you eat, write down what you do at the gym, and just try to improve on that day to day. That's what I started out with. So just from here, I'm going to, next video I make, I'm going to go over, you know, what I did as far as working out, like my first year, like to lose weight and actually keep it off, because statistically, losing that much weight that fast is really, really stupid. It's really, really dumb. It's bad for your health. Statistically, you're probably not going to keep it off. But yeah, we're gonna go into detail. I might make a new channel for this. I might not. We'll see what happens. If you guys have any questions for like the 18 people that still watch this channel, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will respond. All right, peace out, y'all.